it all.
I see you.
Hail Mary, he an animal. My nigga C,
Okay, see.
yeah, he love the ball. We posted up like we the nation with the final call. Rest in peace to Shouty Low. D4Ls and Shouty though. We been pimping since been pimping, and that's something Shouty know. Gangsters understand the lingo, suckers short but Shouty slow. Stack them chips and all the bingo when we fill up all the roast, all the roast.
Like the other one.
Yeah, well, everything got to be exact. Yo.
Why not, though?
It ain't got to be. Yo, what's good? It's Talk's Talk Podcast. Boy, I feel like I'm in a doggone military uniform. Everything got to be. You know what I mean? That ain't got to be that. But hey, yeah.
I like to keep it like it. Well, it wasn't a problem before. Why is it a problem now? What's the difference?
It ain't about it being a problem. It just
You sound like you got a problem.
Yeah.
To me.
Yeah.
But go ahead, man. Go ahead.
Yeah, my bad, man. See what I'm saying? But yeah, man, it's Talk Podcast. It's your boy here, man. That's our new intro.
Yeah.
Need some adjusting.
They liking it. Yeah.
Go ahead, man.
Yeah, it's your boy Nord, man. Back for another week, 1 week out of the 7-year anniversary. Appreciate y'all showing love, man. And you already know, like every week, I'm gonna tell you, subscribe to the YouTube, man. Talkers Talk Podcast 864. Let's get it.
We got a guest in here with us today, man. We done brought him in right off the street and put a mic in front of him, man.
Yes, sir. Thank y'all.
Right.
Thank y'all for having me.
Yes,
Appreciate
sir.
you. Tell her who you is, man. That's how
My
we
name
do
is
it.
Tremaine Davenport. I'm a fighter out of Greenville, South Carolina. Trying to make it on the come up right now.
Fighter.
Okay.
He a fighter. I don't want no trouble with you either, brother. You know, he's a fighter, you know what I'm saying?
MMA.
MMA fighter.
MMA.
Yeah. I used to say this, right? I used to say this with some brazen behind it, too. Boy, them little niggas ain't finna do shit to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would beat the niggas' ass. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking I'm too big for, cause I'm talking about, boy, it might be, 115 pounds?
Yeah, and I used to tell him, nah, this motherfucker. Okay, we're going to ask you this right quick. This is what we really used to do it. Could Ronda Rousey beat a regular nigga? Can the women beat a regular? Do you think?
Yeah. I used to say I beat Ronda Rousey ass too.
Yeah, that's what we used to say more.
Yeah.
I mean, it depends on the situation. You know what I mean? Ronda Rousey, she's a phenomenal grappler. You know, her hands wasn't her strong suit. So I feel like, you know, somebody coming off the streets, they may be able to catch her with something. But as soon as it goes to the grappling, though, she has the upper hand.
So a man can't even handle in grappling?
Nah, not in grappling. Not somebody who don't know what they're doing. You know what I mean? She's the top of the top when it comes to her craft and grappling and stuff like that. So, yeah.
Let me say this right quick before we get started. I want to give a shout out to Doug and Duncy, man, for hitting the cash out, man. We appreciate y'all. That's two that's been with us since day one, man. Love.
Shout out to Doug.
Yeah, but how long you been fighting, man?
I've been fighting and training since I would say I was 19, 20. I went to college for a year, and after that year I came home and I really wanted to get into boxing.
Okay.
And like Muay Thai and stuff like that. And I started training after my freshman year. And ever since then, I just been locked in with fighting and martial arts and the journey and things of that nature.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is the UFC your dream?
Yeah, that's the ultimate goal.
Okay.
You know what I mean, that's the ultimate goal. You know, that's where the best of the best go and compete. And of course, I want to fight against the best. So.
How is that grind though as a fight? I know we grinding with a podcast. I know rappers. I know people done tried to play basketball, football. How is the fighting grind?
I would imagine that it's pretty much similar to any type of grind where you're trying to get, you know, you're trying to be the 1% of your craft. You know, whether it be podcasting, whether it be rapping, whether it be doing anything, when you're trying to be that top 1%, you know, you grind to perfection. You know what I mean? You grind to be the best in your field. So, I mean, of course, you know, it's a little bit more physical than other things, you know what I mean? But the mentality and the mindset, that's all across the board. It don't matter what you're doing. You know what I mean? That type of grind.
Okay.
Yeah, you can't like you say, it's a time limit on that shit.
Yeah.
So you gotta, so you gotta grind quick. Mm-hmm. And if you stay too, if you stay too long in that field, then you gon', you know what I mean, you gonna be Larry Holmes.
Yeah, man, it can have detrimental effects to your life and your mind, your brain.
Yeah. So. Flabby. She just walked in.
How you doing, brother?
Yeah.
What's going on, man? I'm Tremaine.
Okay, far as UFC, right? Far as your weight, who are some of the people you would be fighting if you was in there?
My weight, I fight at flyweight, which is 125. You got some guys like Kai Car France, Steve Ersog, what's his name? Forget the guy's name.
Who the
Brandon
champ?
Moreno.
Oh, okay. I like Moreno. I mess with Moreno. Yeah.
I forget the champ's name. I was just looking at some of his highlights, but I forget his name. But he's a Brazilian guy, and he's really good. He beat Brandon Moreno twice to get the belt.
Do you ever be looking at it like, man, I beat these motherfuckers. They can't fuck with me.
I mean, of course, I look at it like, I'm not too many levels below these guys, but I also see that, they are a level above me. So I'm like, I'm working to get to that level. You know what I mean? Okay. I don't think there's much difference in between. I just feel like it's the mindset and being comfortable on that stage.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Man, let me ask you this, man. We going real technical with you. You out here, you know what I'm saying? You at the club because that's one of my biggest fears is to get get the argument with a
nigga ready to fight him. Look, nigga like,
a man of small stature talking crazy, and I'm thinking this, but he lost his goddamn mind, but I'm finna do it. And it be an MMA fighter. That's
in the figure four.
That's a fear of mine. Like, and it should be a fear of niggas, especially niggas that like to pop off and run your mouth, but hey, but
yeah, no, I definitely feel that, man.
Yeah.
I just feel like
But hold on. Where I was going was this. Mm-hmm. How you handling that though? Because really, you might would think that, I know some people say their hands are weapons. You know what I'm saying? And like registered weapons. So they get to fight with somebody, you don't fight somebody with a weapon. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? You out somewhere, it get too far. Mm-hmm. How you gonna handle that?
Yeah, me personally, I try to take myself out of those situations. You know what I mean? But if it was, if it was to get to that, then you gotta handle yourself. You gotta protect yourself. But I don't necessarily ever go out looking for something like that.
Right.
But if it was to come to me, of course you gotta protect yourself. You know what I mean?
Would you warn a man, or he just got?
Yeah, I mean,
of
course, I would ask somebody, you know what I mean? Is this what you really want to do? You know what I mean? And, just once you ask somebody that, especially a man, once you look him in the eyes and you ask
what the hell you talking about? Is this what I want to do?
No. He's saying it real. Once you look him in the eyes, you gonna see his heart.
Yeah, you look a man in the eyes and, you talking to him in a calm voice and asking him, is this what you really want to do? Tensions get flared when you out drinking and clubbing and partying and stuff like that. So I would try to have a level head in that situation because I just know where it can go. You know what I mean? You hit somebody the wrong way.
But they out of here.
They out of here. And they may fall, hit their head on something.
Boy.
And then that's my career right there. That's I provide for my kids. I mean, that's
Yeah. Because you'll lose your license.
And also, like I say, with the not only MMA fighters, you might run up on an old dude that's an ex-Marine.
Right.
And there you is. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be careful out there.
Have you had any situation like that at all?
when I was younger.
Okay.
But it wasn't necessarily for me. It was for me having to protect my, a couple of my friends and stuff like that. But I hardly get into situations with me, just myself. You know what I mean? How I carry myself when I'm out, I hardly get into situations like that. But I always have to protect somebody. When I was younger, I used to. You know what I mean? Nowadays, move a little bit different. But,
right.
Sometimes you got to protect yourself, though, man.
Yeah.
It's so crazy now. You can just be at the grocery store and some shit go.
Yeah, you just never know.
You know what I'm saying?
It's crazy times we live in nowadays.
Did you say you started training after college?
Yeah, I went to college for a year. I went to college for a year. I was going to be a pharmacist, and my passion wasn't in it like that. And for some reason, I was just gravitating towards fighting. Started watching a lot of Roy Jones and a lot of boxers that I was just really into at that time. And I was just wanting to, further find out more about this. And then I ended up running into this coach, started training, and from there on out, I just wanted to fight.
Okay. So it wasn't your dream coming up? Really?
Nah, not necessarily. Nah.
So what you showcase? What's this?
Showcase is a promotion that puts on MMA fights.
Okay.
They put on fights out of Greenville, out of Knoxville, Tennessee, and I believe also Virginia as well.
Congrats on your win last week.
Thank you, man. Thank you, man.
Okay, so the fight
that.
was last week, 24.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay, 24. Okay, you went in there and handled business.
Yeah.
Worthy
It was,
opponent? Worthy?
for sure.
Okay.
He was tough. He was an awkward fighter, and he gave me different looks, and I definitely learned from it. I got caught in some positions that I gotta close a couple of those holes. You know what I mean? But it was a good test.
How often do you fight?
I try to fight. With me being in the amateurs and I'm about to go into my pros, I'm trying to fight like 3 to 4 times out of the year. I'm trying to get another fight before the year ends. I'm trying to fight in November. Showcase, they putting on a fight in Virginia that I would like to get on. And so that would be nice. Fight again this year and then fight again like 4 times next year. Just try to keep it going, try to get out there and, keep that ring rust out.
Be active.
Yeah. Be active.
What's your record?
In MMA, I'm 2-2. In totality, I'm 10-7.
Okay.
Yeah, I've had before I was doing MMA, I was doing kickboxing in IKF, and so I would travel to Myrtle Beach, and I would do like kickboxing tournaments. You would fight twice in one night, and so it was a good way to get a lot of experience. And that was always the goal, is just to get into boxing, just so I could get my hands right. So that when I made the transfer over into MMA, that's my bread and butter. Really, is me being on my feet and throwing my hands.
So you more stand up than a
for sure,
grappler.
for sure. I can grapple. I wrestled in high school, but I like to throw my hands. I like to throw my kicks and mix it up on the feet.
Okay.
I went to school with but this shit happened to a nigga before. This same shit I'm talking about. That's probably why my biggest fear. Got my memory stained. White boy just look, white boy went to school with his, used to wear cowboy boots. Nigga cracking jokes on his boots. You know what I'm saying? We in the lunch line, nigga really going in on this one. I ain't gonna say his name, but y'all the locals gonna know who he is. Cracking jokes on his shoe. But nobody knew this. White boy roundhoused him. I'm talking about on some, like, punished him.
Knocked him out.
Nah, it was a good little, Nah,
I remember that.
Yeah, but it was, nobody knew that he knew how to do that.
Yeah.
And we had been going to school with him for a little minute. You know what I'm saying? But I was like,
I forgot, who did he roundhouse?
Telly boy.
Tell you later.
Oh, okay.
Telly boy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
Yeah. I'm thinking, what the hell I worry about something for?
So like I said, I came in late. What kind of game is your game? You got a ground game or
Yeah, I'm developing my ground game a lot more, but my bread and butter is my hands.
Okay.
My hands are my kicks, but really just, my hands. I'm a really good boxer. I'm a really good striker. So that's what I like to do. When I go into a fight, an MMA fight, I like to go in there and set my pace with my strikes and keep it on the feet. I can wrestle, but it's more exciting. And the people and fans, they gravitate towards, striking fights, bangers and stuff like that. People are there to go in there.
That's what they want to pay to see.
That's what they want to pay to see. Nobody wants to really pay for wrestling and things of that nature. Even though that's a part of the game that I appreciate and I admire. But as far as fans and what people want is entertainment, people like to see people throw leather. People like to see people get knocked out.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that I'm going to tell you this. I'm not a fan of the ground and pound. When they really get them subdued. Cause I be thinking like, man, you finna kill this joker right here on TV. But
they kind of stop it early. The refs.
Yeah, depending on who's saying it. The nigga that getting punched, they saying it's early. I do like the finesse though of the ground game. Like they'll have you. It'll be one way. Nigga might. Okay, they say judo. They say this is judo meaning you got to take a lick.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like that's part of the game.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Is waiting, just waiting on a mistake. I think, I'm intrigued with that because, they'll have somebody down there. I be thinking like, they just down there hugging. Next thing mother tapping hard. I'm like, damn, what do we got? What is he bending back? He got his finger bent back or something? What he doing? But yeah, it be real. So I'm gonna say this. If I'm gonna watch them knockout, I'm probably watching boxing. Something about kickboxing. I ain't never they got kickboxing tournaments. That shit be on TV.
Yeah.
But yeah, I am gonna go by it.
How did your last fight end? How did you win in what?
It went all 3 rounds, but it went all 3. It was 3 3-minute rounds. It went all the way through. I got unanimous decision.
Okay.
I was pretty much having my way on the feet. I was landing all the strikes that I really wanted to. I got caught with a couple things, and I got put in a bad position as far as he took my back. And, he wasn't about to choke me out, but he did have my back. And but pretty much the rest of the fight, I was out landing strikes. I really didn't get touched too much. And I finished off the fight with a nice slam and a little bit of ground and pound. So in the eyes of the judges, I got a unanimous decision. I didn't wish I would have put my strikes together a little bit more just so I could get that finish, that knockout that I really wanted. But, it's all right. You live and you learn. So that's what I'm looking back at the drawing board right now, just trying to piece together certain things. He was an awkward fighter. And he was tough too, He kept getting back up, so respect.
How do somebody like you get in the UFC? Do it be scouts there or what?
Yeah,
Anything like that?
Scouts, promoting, your coach, your manager, them. It's a lot of networking. Same thing is like when it comes to like music and stuff like that. You got to network to get yourself in them positions, but at the same time, you really got to go out there and perform. If you're going out there performing, you beating everybody in a dominating fashion.
They're going to hear about you. Social media is a big advocate as well.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's a nigga somewhere, though, that'll go through and clean up that UFC that's fighting in a basement. You know what I'm saying?
They actually got leagues when people in backyard and they be in a circle. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But see, they ain't got the. I get what you say. I guess USC is like the NBA. You know what I mean? That's the 100%. NBA. But you can still get paid playing basketball. You can still get paid playing basketball
in other promotions.
Right. The NBA ain't the only people playing. Playing basketball player. But to get to the UFC, you got to be able to fight, plus be able to network, plus be able to, it's a little more come with it.
Yeah, and
getting up there.
Like you were saying with the NBA example, there's many other promotions, professional leagues that you can make good money in. It's really about your sponsors and how you, like you said, networking and stuff like that. That's really where the money come in, is your sponsors and things of that nature. Of course you get paid from the fight, but the sponsorships is where the money come in at, the big money.
And you try to make a living off of it, so you want to get paid. So, and not making it to a UFC is not a failure if you doing what you want to do.
Exactly. Exactly.
Have anybody made it from your league to the UFC or prior to anything?
My coach, he fought on the Contender Series for the UFC. I believe he made it. He fought twice, I believe, on there. I believe he won one, lost another one, or something like that. Also, out of South Carolina, we got Wonder Boy. He was training over there with Wonder Boy. He came from that gym, that establishment. He was fighting for them. So we made it pretty far. And, Wonder Boy, of course, he's been at the top for a minute.
Yeah.
He's one of the, I think there's been 2 people out of South Carolina make it to the UFC. 3. We had Wonder Boy, Stephen Wonder Boy Thompson. We had this guy named Justin Scoggins. And we also had this, if I'm not mistaken, the name was Misha Tate. Somebody that was training out of Revolution in Spartanburg.
Okay.
Like the NBA, you're gonna have a few players make it from Greenwoods.
And it's still such a young sport. MMA in UFC, it came around in the 90s. You know, so like it's still in its infancy. And so there's still a lot of people that are finding out about it. Like young kids that are growing up wanting to aspire to be in that. When it wasn't around when I was like young like that. It wasn't prevalent until like
boxing and wrestling.
Boxing. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna give you another young sport. You have you seen this or thought about doing this? And this is super young. Power slap.
It's became something.
And it's super young.
It's super,
It ain't even 5 years.
And I have seen somebody from South Carolina, Spartanburg on there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think it was a white dude from Spartanburg on there. I can't remember the outcome, so I don't even ask me, but
yeah, me personally, I wouldn't do it. You know what I mean? I respect the art of it, the competition.
It's an art form.
But I wouldn't do
art.
it. You know what I mean? Because I don't know. That's just not really my thing per se. But I do respect it though.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Power slap, I feel like it might be the most dangerous of all because you just standing there, you know what I'm saying?
it's the most disrespectful of all.
They get paid though.
They try to minimize the slap by putting it on TV and calling it a sport.
Yeah, pretty much.
Boy, some of that shit, boy.
That is.
Social media makes certain things big.
No, but I'm gonna hit you so hard, but your knees are buckling.
Damn.
But buckling, but they buckling niggas on that slap shit, boy.
Boy, especially my weight class. It's gonna be a big, what a big.
I've seen people with swollen faces after they get slapped.
And I'm seeing big people just they big but they soft and they just dropping like a goddamn sack of potatoes.
Yeah.
But see, I guess it's this though. You know, same thing with boxing. Nigga might throw his hand like hell, but he can't take them.
Yeah.
See, with that slap, you got to be able to take one. You know what I mean?
And the thing about the slap, the reason I say it's the worst, because you know if you box, you might be done did that when
you do that,
used
it's a
to knock
penalty.
you out. I'm just talking about just to
Yeah.
be moving.
Yeah.
Just to be standing there letting them
Yeah.
man.
Well, I'm saying if you do move, they gonna dock you.
okay,
It's a penalty. Yeah. You gotta stand there and take
I
that.
definitely say them guys are some warriors.
Yeah.
And the thing about power slap, the thing about that is I don't give a damn who you are or what you doing. If you walk across a TV and it's on, you stopping.
Yeah.
You gonna stop and see the outcome.
Yeah.
You're
right.
What's
they
the
get paid
potential?
too.
Oh, okay. What kind of money they get paid?
Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure it's a subsidiary of the UFC now. I'm pretty sure Dana White he signed the Power Slap League to the UFC, so it's under the brand. So I'm pretty sure them guys getting paid like $1,000 a match, $1,500 or something like that. That's a nice little check.
Damn.
I'm not worth it for me, but you know, teach his own. Same thing with like bare knuckle.
Damn, boy, that's what Dana paying them, boy.
What kind of crowd be out there? Cause everything depend on that now. If you
It's the
selling
revenue
tickets.
is drip. Like he said, you ain't finna walk by it and not watch it. It's the revenue that shit bringing. Like that shit is lit right now.
Do the same? It be packed like hell in big arenas.
I just saw it on YouTube. It look like they in the same little area that
Is it ads popping up while you watching that YouTube? I
and they got millions of views.
Yeah.
So it's enough to go around.
Boy, 1,500, boy, Dana, you slaving, motherfucker, if that's the case. But you know, they say that's the they say thing with that USC, like they gonna pay the most popular. Right?
Right.
Not necessarily the best.
Like Connor, a trash talk, an entertainer.
Yeah. But you know, in every other sport, they disclose the money though, right? They don't disclose it with USC, do
they? They do sort of, kind of. You know, at the end of the. Like
but
the
you know,
payouts.
like with a boxing man, they gonna tell you this what he getting. That you know, but yeah, they ain't doing that with the.
They kind of disclose them at the end of the like if they do a pay-per-view event. He'll disclose the payouts that each fighter are getting. But you're right though. You know what I mean? It's the entertainment sport. You know what I mean? So the most popular, they gonna get paid.
And I'm gonna tell you this. My bad. When I found that out, it took it down a notch for me too. Like when I found out all the hype, you gave Ronda Rousey her flowers right off the bat, right? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But when I found out that, you know, even when she was getting her ass whooped, they were paying her crazy. You know what I'm saying? She was getting paid over people they knew could beat her ass. And they put her right up front because she's so, she got the views. But I'm like, man, y'all with boxing, if you get caught ducking, they're gonna talk shit about you. But Dana kind of setting these up, you know what I'm saying? And he's setting up the ones that's gonna bring him the most money. Right. So you ain't gonna always see the best fight in UFC, like the Imano, the best against the best.
I kind of think you do.
Yeah, I feel like. Yeah, I
think boxing you don't.
I feel like with boxing, they have a lot more of those issues where a lot of the top don't fight the top because it's different promotions. And, those different promotions, they don't necessarily want to get in bed with the other promotion because they don't want to lose their fighter. They fight, in boxing, a loss is a lot more detrimental to your career than it is for an MMA fighter. MMA fighters can lose, come back, win 3 fights, and they get a title shot. It's a lot different with MMA fighting because a loss isn't viewed the same way. Depending on how you come back. You know what I mean? So I definitely agree with what you're saying.
Yeah.
Something about boxing when you lose that
it's something about it. Yeah. And that came from that Floyd era. Actually, Floyd made it predominant.
Actually, what you said, I've been bragging for years the opposite, that they do fight the best. But boxing don't.
Okay.
You might it might be 3 fights on a UFC pay-per-view that you want to see.
But UFC is a big old umbrella, right?
Yeah.
You got a bunch of small branches. What I'm saying is, it might be a dude on the come up, or just to make it. Give me your best 125-pound fighter right now.
Mm-hmm. You saying?
You say Marino.
Marino. Okay, it's a dude that's under Dana's umbrella, right? That'll go and beat the shit out of Moreno. But he ain't.
I don't believe that.
Dana not.
I don't believe that.
I got the facts. Dana not gonna let Marino, who bringing him so much money in, lose to this damn nobody that's on the third circuit over here. You know what I mean? But eventually he will. But by that time, Moreno might be done moved on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I definitely understand.
When I figured out how big the UFC umbrella really was, like all the small little branches they got, it's big. It ain't just what you see on TV.
They've definitely monopolized.
It's a lot of stuff that don't come nowhere near that TV screen. That, you know what I mean? But you'll see a big ass umbrella, boy.
They've definitely monopolized the.
I did my homework last night, man. That's why I asked you.
MMA. You know what I mean? They've made it so that the other promotions, you don't even look at them. You know what I mean? And there's great fighters in other promotions. Like Bellator, there's good fighters over there. PFL, there's other promotions, one championship. But, we as, fans in America and stuff like that, we don't really look at those because Dana White has done such a good job of putting the UFC on the larger scale.
Right.
Yeah, Bellator. I said Pride earlier. I went way back there.
That's a legendary promotion right there. That was
but it's over, ain't it? Is it
still? They got bought out by the UFC.
Yeah. See, when I'm looking, so I like to go super deep on it. When I start digging all into it, I'm like, damn, this shit, just like it, it's a...
everything is a cutthroat business.
Right.
Whether it be music, rapping, fighting, sports, podcasting. The best.
The girl, my bad.
No, you good. Go ahead.
The girl who beat Ronda Rousey,
Holly.
She was supposed to beat her ass 3 years before that, but they kept holding her back. Like, they knew that she could beat Ronda.
Then she lost the next fight.
Yeah, and it just goes to show how deep the women's division was.
Yeah.
It's just that, and, it's like you got to give your props where props is due. Ronda Rousey, she brought women's MMA to where it is now because she was such a big face. She was so promotable that, him promoting her, and she was such a good talker. She was on talk shows and all that. So she brought women's MMA to where it needed to be, but it surpassed her as far as the skill level.
Right.
You know what I mean? There was other fighters that was coming up that was starting to surpass her, but she was such a big face. There was a point when she was
But
calling
like-
out Floyd Mayweather.
You saying the same thing.
Crazy.
You said the same thing I'm saying. They put her up front because she was promotable.
She was promotable.
Now, her reasons for being promotable, there was plenty of other fighters better than her. But her blonde hair, blue eyes, nice body made her more promotable. You know what I mean? So yeah, the girl Holly, that's who I kind of dug into, got in her story. You know, she did get in a fight in a bar and got her ass whooped by a dude. yeah, she did. Yeah, she got in a fight in a bar. It got beat. You know, she's just a regular old Joe Smo. You know what I'm saying? She gonna go out, get drunk and party and do shit like that. Yeah. But she said this. She said at the end of the day, I can't beat a man. You know what I mean? She said I can't really beat a man. And you shouldn't fight me as a man just because you know I know that shit. You know, you should try to subdue him or, you know, try to hold me down or do something, you know what I mean? But don't get the wailing.
Nah, you can't. You might got to fight you like a man, baby.
She probably could beat a man, but she just probably went the wrong one.
Yeah,
couldn't beat that man.
Well, that's what you said. That's what you said. That's what you said. You said, but anybody catch you with the right one, you know what I mean?
Situation by situation. You could even have an MMA fighter who will get into a street fight and may lose just because the rules are different in street fighting.
Yeah.
You know, it's completely different, man. You got all types of different.
I start biting that nigga on the goddamn leg, motherfucker.
He gonna try to tap.
He gonna be tapping down. He gonna start tapping. I'm gonna start wheeling in on this.
Look, like far as what he said, far as entertainment. Say you made it where you want to be. What type? Will you be like a shit talker? Will you be talking crazy, or you'll keep it humble?
I can't.
Not shit talking ain't really my thing. You know what I mean?
What about when they do?
I wouldn't. You know what I mean? If I wanted to draw some more attention, and
That's
stuff
promotable.
Like that. Promotable. You know what I mean? You gotta draw attention and entertainment. But as I'm looking at it right now, I would just continue to do my thing and be true, genuine to myself, and just of course, you have your intimidation tactics that you do with your opponent. But as far as what the world would see, you know what I mean? I like to promote myself as the genuine martial artist, and just a humble person who just likes to compete. That's what it boils down for me. You know what I mean? Just back to the origins of martial arts, just wanting to show my respects to your opponent, to your warrior, the person that you about to go into combat with, go to war with, and but at the same time, man, it's the entertainment business.
Right.
I'm just saying that's how I look at it. I look at it like a martial artist. I'm just going against my opponent.
Do any of the ones in your league do a lot of trash talking or anything like that?
Not necessarily, and that's one of the what should I say? That's one of the, I guess, the bad things that you could say about the flyweight division in the 125-pound in UFC.
Too much respect, didn't it?
They just they're not making a lot of noise.
Oh, okay.
I mean, even though there's great fighters in that division, there was talks, a couple years ago of them getting rid of that division because it just wasn't making enough noise.
Okay.
And you've had great fighters in that division, you know what I mean? And it just they just fly under the radar for some reason.
You just fought August 24th, right? Like you say, you said a formidable opponent. What you doing to get ready for that? What at what point do you start? Okay, I fight August 24th, right? So, hey, well, my girl gonna be out here, my kid might be out here, but I got to be ready. I can't just jump out the car and start kickboxing.
Yeah.
What you doing to get ready for that? What's that timeline like?
It really just depends. Me personally, I like a month out.
A month, okay.
I mean, but when you go into a professional camp, of course you want to have that mindset right now, but professionals, they take about 6 to 9 weeks to get ready for a fight. But really, at the amateur level, you could take like a month. All I need is a month, and when that comes to training per week, I'm training, I say 4 to 5 days out of the week, 4 to 5 days out of a 7-day week. I wake up at like 5. Well, I work third shift. I go into work at 10:30 at night, get off at 7 in the morning. And so when I get off in the morning, I go see my boxing coach, get some work in over there, go home and go to sleep. Then I got to pick up my little girls from school. And then I take them to where they need to be. And then I go train from 5 to 9. 5 p.m., whether I'm doing my jiu-jitsu, whether I'm doing some more striking, whether we have some sparring that night. But I'm locked in from 5 p.m. to 9, and then I go home, shower, get ready for work, do the same thing the next day.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's repetition.
So training for a fight. Now I know boxers do this. Do you do this too? Like they go without sex.
Yeah, ain't no fucking going on.
Yeah. I definitely say that I withhold myself.
Sure.
Yeah, you know, because it's like I've
Look, somebody out there.
He hates you saying that. He hates you saying that.
because like, you know, I've gone back and forth about that within my career. You know what I mean? But within these last 4, 5, or 6 fights, I found that me withholding myself, it helps. As far as mentally, just to focus. I don't know about the testosterone and all that, but just as far as like distractions and just being locked in and being focused, yeah, that plays a big part in it.
And see,
for me it does.
Right.
Just to
Something about holding your seed.
Just to bring some conscious shit to it, semen retention.
It's a big thing.
It has your focus.
I was about to say you real focused.
But it brings your focus into. It might not help you. Like I said, I don't know about testosterone part of it, but as far as focusing on what you're doing, you know what I mean with that, because that's your power.
100%.
If you just go around shooting your power area, well, you're taking it from yourself.
100%, man.
So
wholeheartedly agree.
Right. I used to always think that was bullshit, bro.
Yeah, it really is a superstition thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Some people, you know, is like it don't matter. You know what I mean? And as long as I'm putting in the work, as long as I'm training, it really shouldn't matter. But it just for some reason it just gives you that extra oomph, that extra. You wake up with a little extra energy, a little bit extra.
You
something about holding your seed.
You do feel like after a net, you do feel it got a feeling. You know what I'm saying? It got a exhausted feeling. You know what I'm
Your
saying?
body clench up.
Yeah.
That's a whole life force.
Yeah.
Crawford say he don't go by that though. I saw Crawford say he fucking all the way to the day he wanted the best. So
like I said, it just depends. You know what I mean? I say about 10 days, 2 weeks. You know what I mean? Not months or anything like that, but, you know, at least like 10 days, especially the week of the fight. I'm already cutting weight anyway, so that's the last thing on my mind.
Let me ask you. I always ask people this no matter what we doing, whether it's a rapper or whatever. Who your top 5 UFC fighters ever?
Ever? I would have to say Anderson Silva, Demetrius Johnson. I'm a big fan of John Jones. Let me see.
John Bone Jones.
I got him as the GOAT.
Yeah. Probably Max Holloway. And I would also say this female fighter named Joanna Jacek. She was one of my favorite fighters. She was. Oh man! See, I gotta take Max Holloway out. I gotta put Jose Aldo in.
Yeah,
and then Joanna.
You got an honorable mention.
Yeah,
so you got an honorable mention
for sure.
You ain't say Rashad Lewis or
Evans.
I mean
Rashad Evans. Look at me talking Rashad Lewis.
Rashad Evans, man, that's a pioneer of the sport. You know what I mean? I probably wouldn't be in this if it wasn't for like guys like Rashad Evans and Rampage Jackson. But Anderson Silva came from that era too, and you know.
Yeah, Silva came from that era. Yeah.
That's my guy.
But the go back in history with it, I kind of think Kimbo started all this.
You think so?
That's who. Because when he fight in the backyard, and then he went to league and got watched. Well, ain't gonna got watched.
Big country.
He did get watched. He got watched.
But like I said,
Big country watched.
You remember they were betting on Kimbo in the backyards.
Yeah, I would definitely say that Kimbo started a lot of the YouTube, YouTube fights that they do. You know, you go on YouTube, you see all types of promotions now. They just doing backyard fights, and I would definitely credit that to Kimbo Slice. You know what I mean? He was one of the first people that was putting on professional. No, I wouldn't say professional, but they was damn near professional fights.
Yeah.
In the backyard in Miami. You know what I mean? And good scraps too.
Yeah.
Like, them guys throwing bows.
The way Kimbo,
but they was getting a little bag too from that. Yeah,
a fighter George Masvidal. He was a fighter who came from that.
Yep.
You know what I mean? He was from Miami. He was fighting under the promotion, fighting under the backyard stuff with Kimbo. Made it to the UFC, and then the story is written. But yeah, so Kimbo Slice, man, you got to put respect on his name.
R.I.P. Kimbo, but
Kimbo,
the way Kimbo was getting beat in the UFC, it show you how real that shit is. Cause he was a bad boy in that backyard. Nobody could fuck with him in the backyard.
But it's about styles, though, ain't it?
Yeah, Styles made fights, and Kimbo couldn't wrestle.
Yeah, Kimbo
And
probably had a ground
and
game.
he was fatigued too.
He didn't have the proper stamina.
Yeah, he didn't. I saw a fight with him and it might have been his last fight. I forgot who it was. It was another big black dude. By the end of that fight, boy, they both looked like they were about to die. They were throwing punches this slow by the end of that shit.
And I think that's when my man went to Bellator as well. When he had one of his last fights. Yeah, man, levels to it.
Yeah.
But I still respect him though.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So with you being with that, I guess I'm thinking about now, you know what I'm saying, based on what he just said here is you went 3 rounds. You know what I'm saying? That's
3-minute rounds.
3 what?
3 3-minute rounds.
3 3-minute rounds. And like you said, hey, by the time you get to a 3rd round, them punches ain't stinging no more. So I was more thinking about the conditioning of it, holding your seed, and but that's a real fight. But if a nigga get the fight, okay, just show 2 niggas in Vegas getting planted. They probably was some some fighters. But
they were old. They were old fighters if they were.
Yeah, they were old.
I wonder what was the story behind that. It had to be serious.
I didn't see that.
Look like that was at the roulette table. It was standing by roulette table. What I'm guessing. That roulette table be packed. I don't know if
my man went bullshit with him. He hit him again when he was knocked out, didn't he?
Yeah.
Came around there and knocked his chips over.
Stole them.
See, that roulette table, you might have all these motherfuckers standing around and you trying to get, hey man, let me get 29.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And you ain't moving fast enough, and then
that damn thing going. No more bets.
When you do like that, ain't no more bets, boy.
There's money involved. Things get different.
Yeah.
But man, could have been losing all day too.
Yeah. Really,
29 probably popped up.
But really, like I said, I was in Vegas. Really, that could have been me, because I was on the roulette table, and I told the dealer, I said, "Hey, give me green 0." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
She say, no bet. As soon as I said, she said no bet. Guess what came out?
0.
God.
Damn.
What you bid on?
Paid 35 to 1.
It paid 35 to 1. It paid 35 to 1.
That could have been me up there on that dealer ass. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It wasn't no dealer ass they were whooping, was it?
No, but I was gonna whoop that dealer ass, boy.
But you gotta be trying them little people around the table. We was at casino shooting dice. Chris throwing the dice to the damn, throw it to the ceiling and let them fall on the table. She saying this, keep the dice high. I love her. He's saying this back to her. Now they want to regulate my roll. I see.
But see that roll right there, I hit the all on that roll. That's why I hit every number on the dice except 7.
Yeah. Nigga was loving you then, wasn't he?
Well, yeah.
But you hit the all up there on that. Oh, hold on, man. See, we talking about another sport now.
Yeah, we talking about
another sport.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, man, I just
So y'all say y'all been doing this about 7 years?
Yeah, that was our anniversary last week.
Word,
yeah,
man.
yeah.
Congratulations on that.
Yeah. And we never had a guest like we done had damn near anything you can think of that somebody might do, but you our first. Well, we had boxers before, but you our first MMA.
Word.
Yeah,
it's a pleasure, man. I'm grateful.
And after talking to you, I'm thinking it's a big lane for that MMA. Well, after knowing you coming on the show and talking to you too, the same thing. It's it's wide open. You know what I mean?
It's a very young sport.
Yeah.
I was riding my bike the other day, and I seen this conflict. You know,
they got a fight coming up in
you say September 14th.
Yeah,
you down with that?
I'm not. But a couple of my buddies, they fighting on that card. If I'm not mistaken, they doing some kickboxing fights, Muay Thai fights, and they got some. I think they might have a couple MMA fights on there. A couple of my buddies fighting on the card.
Oh, okay.
So hold up, okay, now you just told me out. Nah. I'm thinking if you do MMA, it's all fights mixed in. That's the beauty of it. Am I wrong with that?
Like UFC,
just MMA, UFC or MMA, right? Yeah. I mean, so if a boxer want to take a chance and get in there and fight, then that's what that's what it is.
Very true, but sometimes these promotions, there's a big market for kickboxing and Muay Thai. You know, that's a big market. People like to just go out there and just strike with no takedowns or anything like that. That's just
okay.
You know, that's where somebody like Alex Pereira, that's where somebody like Izzy came from. They came from that world of kickboxing and glory kickboxing, where they just go in there and strike. You know what I mean, they can clinch and they can land knees and dirty boxing and stuff like that. But for
so what he talking about is not MMA then.
They might have a couple MMA fights on that card.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but for the most part, I'm pretty sure it's just Muay Thai and kickboxing. But
so a jiu-jitsu dude, they ain't finna. You can't enter over there.
Nah. I mean, they could get in. They could get an MMA fight, but they couldn't do the kickboxing.
Okay,
I mean, that's completely out of their craft.
Are you a black belt?
As far as in
is that a thing or is that something we always? Is that a thing? Though?
It is a thing as far as
what is a black
jiu-jitsu.
belt?
Yeah, in jiu-jitsu, they go by the belt system. You know what I mean? Like white belt, blue belt, brown belt, and things of that nature. But as far as boxing and kickboxing and stuff, there's not really black belts. I mean, karate, they go by a belt system. You know what I mean? If you started from when you're young and you go up in the ranking, karate, they have a lot of that ranking system. And Muay Thai. But not for me personally. I mean, the only thing I'm trying to get my belts in is really jiu-jitsu. I mean, because that's something that is a big part of MMA. I mean, choking people out and being able to maneuver your weight against somebody else's weight. That's what I want to master my craft in.
Man, damn them belts, man. I couldn't. Man, my son was in some martial arts shit for some years, right? Every time he come home talking about, I'm finna go to yellow belt. That's another $130 I gotta pay you. Every time, you know what I'm saying? But that shit was a money play on me. I said,
in boxing, that's real. You got to pay to keep the belt.
You got to pay to keep the belt?
You got to pay to keep them belts.
Yeah. I don't know about that, but I know that kid shit. But I said, I started counting all that shit.
With the belts, with boxing, you do got to pay for the, you talking about like the actual belts that they win for the fights?
Yeah.
They got to pay the sanctioning fees.
Yeah, they got to pay them sanction fees for them belts. You can't just sit around and let that thing click, though. You got to pay.
Yeah.
So what if you go broke?
Shit, come up off. You got
a champion.
Shouldn't go broke as a
champion shouldn't go broke.
Yeah, champion shouldn't go broke, but you know.
But that's what I'm saying. Okay,
you holding some TV out. Title or some shit, you might go broke.
I go out on the championship. You know what I'm saying? I go out. I take the belt with me, and I take my ball and go home. I still got to pay for my ball 10 years, 20 years down the road.
I don't think so.
I don't know, man.
Or something?
It's tricky, it's tricky with boxing.
Oh, I don't know. You might get a duplicate made or something.
Yeah, that's probably what that is.
We need that belt back.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, they give you you have your own belt.
Okay, so you paying for
your slot.
Yeah.
You paying for the slot and things of that nature. They make you pay them sanctioning fees, but that belt is yours for the rest of your life. They can't never take that away from you.
Look, my bad. I slowed the conversation down. I went.
No, you good?
I'm talking about paying for the actual bill. I'm tripping.
What about like tough man contests? Would you do that, or have you did that?
Nah, I haven't done that, but I don't think I would, just because.
But you'll punish them jokers in there too. I'm telling you.
There's gonna be some of him in there. I'm sure it's some in there.
It's the pride, right?
Yeah, I feel like the tough man competitions was the beginnings of MMA. You know what I mean? The tough man competitions, that was right around, that was before MMA pretty much, where you would just have people who were just coming up with their different styles, different ideologies of how a fight should go, and they would just scrap it out. And that's basically what a tough man competition was. And then from there, they came with the concept of MMA, where, you know, it became a lot more professional, a lot more, you know, better. It's organized, as I should say, organized.
Structured.
But I mean, tough man competition. That's the beginning of that's the origins of MMA.
I don't hear about them as much no more either.
Nah,
They used to have at the Green Memorial tour.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, that was a big thing. That was a big thing.
Butterbean come
Shout
time.
out Kill. You remember Kill say he was in one?
Yeah.
Shout out Kill.
And you don't know what you're gonna get when you get into that.
Yeah.
You may have a fighter who knows all different types of things, and get in there and you just find out.
Damn, that's a word way to
The rest surprising.
That's the thrill of it.
Yeah, I mean,
So let me ask you this: like in Greenville, do they have Greenville made it here yet to where they got some like underground leagues where like where you might they might rent a little rent somewhere? You know what I'm saying? How they be in the movies, might be in a warehouse somewhere or some shit like that.
Fight Club.
Fight club, shit like that.
Kind of, pretty much. We've had a couple promotions that have come and gone as far as like putting on big fights, and not necessarily underground, but they've had certain promotions that have come around. Like they had the A64 fighting promotion. They were putting on MMA fights, and then they went out, and then Showcase came around, and they've been putting on different fights and stuff like that. But I'm not really sure about the underground scene. I would imagine that there is, though.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? As far as just people just in the
Get
streets.
one going. But you need to get one
That's
going.
a hustle right there.
Yeah, that or start
But
training kids.
it's a lot to come with that, though. You know what I mean, you got to have the doctors there.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
But man, we appreciate you coming out, man.
I appreciate y'all for
like
having
I
me.
said, our first MMA fighter. Tell the people where to follow you at or anything you want to know, your next fight or whatever.
Oh, yeah, man. Of course, man. You can follow me on Instagram, Tremaine Davenport, Mainsworld _. And, you catch me on there. I'll be posting my next fight. I should be fighting again in November, if I'm not mistaken. They got a card coming here in October, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to fight on that one. I'm trying to go fight in Virginia. So I'm fighting again in November, October. Next week, I'm back to training, back to the grind. Just trying to get 1% better every day.
Yeah,
Trying
man.
to master my craft. It takes 10,000 hours to master something.
10,000 hour master, I'm going to say. Hey, man, I appreciate you too, man. We brought you in here cold.
Thank y'all.
You know what I'm saying?
Thank
you got
y'all.
down, you jumped right in. You know what I mean? I said,
And sir, shout out Dirty Diana. She the one put me on you.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she worked with you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was wondering how we got in contact, but
Yeah, she's the one.
I
put me
appreciate
on
y'all,
you.
man.
Yeah,
I really am appreciative of y'all having me on and having this conversation and stuff like that.
for sure, man. Hey, man, you already know, man. Y'all want to hear us speak on anything? It's TalkIsTalk165 @gmail.com. TalkIsTalk1 on Twitter. TalkIsTalk Podcast on IG. TalkIsTalk Podcast on TikTok. TalkIsTalk on Facebook. We out.
Talk is talk. 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 They call him Dun. Done it all. I see you. Hail Mary. He an animal. My nigga C. Okay, C. Yeah, he love the ball. We posted up like we the nation with the final call. Rest in peace to Shouty Low. D4Ls and Shouty though. We been pimping since been pimping, and that's something Shouty know. Gangsters understand the lingo. Suckers shout, but Shouty slow. Stack them chips and all the bingo when we fill up all the roast.